Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapy of the Absurd, episode 55. 55?
55. That's
55.
I like the sound of it.
Yes. How's everybody doing?
Doing grand. I want to say we already did our New Year's special, and so we're all the way out in the new year. I've been in denial of the new year until recently because this week I got a life path astrology reading that
Oh.
was really fun, and it turns out whether I want my new year or not, I'm astrologically and energetically in a new year, and it confirmed everything that I'm going through. So therefore, new year, new me. And I got this cool new lipstick off of Amazon. So it's supposed to be long wear. And so we're testing it today on the show. If I run my mouth all day, I expect it to look like this at the end of the show. And you guys, I signed up for therapy this year.
I need to
And
do the
I'm
same.
very
Okay.
excited. I'm going to say that Black woman looking to enhance her life. I was like, I'm going to work on career blockages I have. And y'all, they gave me the questionnaire and I was answering honestly. And I was like, I need help. Like, I should have been up here. Like, somebody come get me now. So, you don't know what you don't know that you need. So, everybody, it's nothing wrong
Kudos.
with getting therapy. You deserve to have a happy life and you deserve for things to flow. So that's it for me.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
agree with you, man. I agree. You gotta love
Um.
yourself.
Yeah. I agree with you. I had a good long talk with a friend, and I was just like, I've got to focus on the therapy piece this year because I need it, and I'm very aware that it's needed. So I feel you on that. Interesting day. So I'm a member of an organization called Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We celebrated 109 years last week on today, and a week later, our national president transitioned today. We've
Oh
never had
no.
a sitting president pass away while in office. She had just been
Wow.
elected at the national convention back in November. So it was pretty tough news to get. I mean, I never met her personally, but obviously the organization we've talked about the Greek letter, you know, is beloved to me. It's a big part of my life, even if I'm not as active as some others. So that was a lot to
Mhm.
wake up to, and then later in the day to successfully find out that we are stuck with the filibuster and that voting rights were not that I don't. We can cuss on here. That shit blew my fucking hair back, ruined my fucking day. Um,
Yeah. Damn.
and I feel like trash. I'll just say it on here because I low key forgot my dad's birthday yesterday, and when he called me in the evening, I was struggling with a nap because that's the only thing I would say from the whole COVID adventure. I do. It's
Hmm.
part of me that stays up a lot, like too late, but like I also find that like after long phone conversations or whatever, I'm a little bit tired. So I was taking a nap.
Hmm.
He was calling me. He was calling me kind of during the nap, and I saw his call, but I was just too done. And then when I finally did wake up, I was like, "Oh, it was my dad's birthday yesterday." Now I posted late last night, and the same thing I did. I didn't forget my mother's birthday on Monday or the day before, which was so yesterday was Wednesday. Her birthday was Tuesday. Just the days I worked a couple of clients, and just life. But anyway, that's mine. It's a mix of things. I'm trying to like scratch my ass and get glad though, like Victoria. I'm trying a new lipstick, not necessarily from Amazon. And what's crazy is, so when I was in Utah a couple of weeks ago, I had gotten, I got a L'Oreal lipstick. I could swear it was not the infallible matte, but it was a nice red. So I was very proud of this. And I love it. Like I love it because I like all of our good comedy friends, even the red you're wearing, like have these beautiful red lipsticks. And I was like, I want a bold red lip. But then when I was getting ready to put this on, I looked at my shirt and I thought, well, this one, which I also caught on sale at Target, a Revlon Ultra HD matte color, which was on clearance because they're clearing out all the Revlon. It was down to like $3. I put
Oh
this on.
wow.
it kind of matches my shirt, but I don't feel like it's as bold as I know this one is. So I'm low key a little bit jelly of Victoria's lip because I feel like I should have put the red on, but I just felt like, there's something going on with the shirt, and I'm gonna fix my lighting so y'all can see it. Anyway, that's a lot for me, but that's my day. That's all I can say.
Dana, your lips look beautiful. It gives you a very fresh face, young look. Because dark lips make you look older. Light lips look more like fresh baby lips. If you want to get a red color on brown skin, you have to go with a red that almost is as dark as brown. And then it'll show up on your skin as red. That's how it works. And if you're going to do the light red,
I beg to differ. This L'Oreal situation did some mighty thing. It's nice. It has now again. I know it was a L'Oreal, and for some odd reason, you guys, I came back in town and I cannot find it, which is why I went out. I went out to rebuy it, and this was the closest thing I could find. I know it was a L'Oreal. I don't know why my tube was missing, and mind you, I bought that while I was out of town because I had left makeup back here. So this is like I've had to replace, But interestingly enough, to your point, I was a little nervous because I felt like the L'Oreal has like what feels like a little bit of orange. But when I tell you, I got some great shots. You'd have to see my IG to see it. But I got some great shots. Right now, I have on IG this one where I have the duck lip face up against the blue sky. And that is the L'Oreal. And it really, to me, does as we would say in the church, it does a mighty work on my lips. Because what I didn't want was I really want to see if we can find the line where we don't have to get something too close to brown because it looks older, but then I don't want it to be too orangey where it looks like fake and weird. And so next time we meet, I'll make sure I wear this one so that you can see that it works out, that I didn't have to go for the darker red to get
it does the work
to get it to show up. And because for me, every other red comes on me like, girl, if you don't get your Ronald McDonald clown butt up out of here looking like a stoplight, it's too bright. But like if I do a brown, it looks more like it's red, but it's the kind of red that my black butt would produce. So
that was pretty,
I get you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this one, nice. You know what it looks like in the thing? Stefan, I want you to proceed. But I'm gonna pull out what the color looks like in the thing. But Stefan, I want you to proceed.
Okay.
Your thing. And Dana, you just look, and I'm just gonna put it up and put it away.
Okay.
I want to give it my full focus.
This is the whole palette, by the way. The whole palette is kind of like it all looks brown.
Okay.
You see? But then look at my lips.
Right.
I think I'm an alien, Dana. Like color just don't show up right. Because sometimes also like I have a dark lip up here and a bottom lip. So I think sometimes color really just doesn't show up on my dark lip because the base is just too dark. So I have to get something that looks like an earthy tone, and then the color pops. So yeah, girl, this is the whole palette, and
I got it right here. Got it right here. You want some of this?
Right. Text me that. I'm just curious. I mean, not necessarily today. Right now, I'm satisfied, but text me.
It's nice.
Yes,
very nice.
ma'am.
Very nice.
And they have, and I think the key to all this, and I know we have to go on. I think the key to all of this is the brush applicators, right? Like, I think brushes are. I'm touching up.
I love how we're going to make a tutorial. Stefan, you got to take us out of the makeup tutorial.
Okay. So, let's see. My week was kind of crazy. I've been doing Uber Eats like a crackhead, and I ran into a crackhead, or he seemed like a crackhead. It was this Middle Eastern gentleman, and we love our Middle Eastern brothers and sisters. Just not this one. So I go to drop off his kebabs and hummus, and apparently they forgot his shawarma.
Oh, hell no.
So I'm walking to my car. You ate my shawarma!
Oh, no!
Yeah, he's yelling this shit at me. And it's nighttime, and I'm scared. I'm like, I'm like, holy shit, like what's gonna happen? So I'm walking back to my car and he just keeps, you're a thief in the night, you ate my shawarma. And I'm just walking and walking, and I turn around finally and I go, I didn't touch your food, man. Then why does the bag not have a seal? I'm like, that's the restaurant's fault. Don't look at me. You ate my food. I was like,
no.
holy shit, where's this going? I gotta get in my car in case I gotta hit this motherfucker.
You gonna hit him out the window?
Because I may not be able to fight, you know, but my car.
Right, and you
my
also,
car
I
can
hope,
fuck him up.
you may have to report it so that he doesn't
Oh, no,
try
I
to
called.
give you.
Oh, no,
Right.
I called them. I talked to this nice, sweet lady, and I said, there was a gentleman who was at this, outside. I handed him his food, and he started getting irate and crazy with me, saying I ate his food. I said, I did no such thing. Thank you very much. Before I did Uber, I ate dinner. Thank you.
That was an excuse. I didn't do it because I wasn't hungry.
I was full, okay? I got no room for no shawarma.
Facts.
Damn it. And so, I told her the whole thing about it. This guy was yelling all kinds of stuff. And then what was crazier, I'm getting ready to start the fucking car, okay? I'm getting ready to start the car. Apparently, the Uber app can talk to you, right? So he's messaging me all this crazy shit. And there's this like robot voice coming out of the fucking Uber app. You thief in the night with I don't know how to do the app, but it's saying it's talking shit. It's fucking talking shit.
Wow.
And I'm looking out the window because it's dark. I'm like, he's gonna run up on me or what? Like what's gonna happen, Oh man.
That is scary and crazy. And I love that you're a thief in the night.
Oh yeah. I thought he was gonna say American scum or cocksucker. Something. I thought it was gonna escalate even crazier, I don't want to have to like wipe him off my car.
Right.
But you gotta do what you gotta
fight him. I'm gonna hit him with my car.
I'm so pissed off they didn't get that man that shawarma. That's a big deal.
Oh yeah, and they had me wait like 15, almost 15 minutes to get his food, and he's yelling at me too. Oh yeah, he's like, "You're late, 40 minutes. My food is cold." I'm just like, what? They had me do 2 orders at once. It just so happens his came second, and then I got lost trying to find his shit. Right? I got Google Maps, and I still got lost up in this motherfucker.
Google Maps
on the right. What right?
Damn, Stephanie, I'm so glad you survived that.
Oh yeah, I will survive. Hey.
That was scary.
That was
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that was my disgruntled customer, my first one. And no, I called, I reported him, and I let them know what was going on. He was yelling obscenities. He was really crazy. He apparently really wanted his shawarma. They didn't put his shawarma in there, and he's like in the app, he's like, I know you ate it, but it has the robot. Customer type, I know you ate it.
That is so crazy.
In the night, you ate my shawarma. I was like, holy.
And did he definitely order it?
Oh yeah, he ordered some huge thing. And then I knew there was a problem the moment I handed him the food. And he goes, you couldn't find my place? You drove by like 4 times? And I was like, wait a minute, that was twice. I didn't drive by his place 4 times. Whoa, this guy's now he's like exaggerating or making up shit. And I was like, okay,
right. They'll say they exaggerate.
Oh yeah. So I started to walk away, and then I heard like he was saying some stuff. I don't know if it was Farsi or something. And I was like, oh, this ain't good. We don't need to repeat a 9/11 up in this motherfucker, right? Oh, that's bad. Never mind. But no, yeah, I was scared.
Was it a low tip?
Okay. So you have to tip minimum $1. They don't let you out. So I know he was pissed because he was yelling at you, I'm gonna lower your star. Right. Oh, you're gonna be pissed. And the
did he give like just $1 tip or something?
Oh yeah. No, he gave $1. But I know he wasn't expecting me to say anything back, and I said, "Thank you so much."
Right, that's what you gotta do.
Like maybe a driver picked it up and saw the dude hadn't put a tip on at all, and he ate the shawarma and just dropped it back off and said, "I'm not taking this order."
I don't know, but
like a different driver, because they're all on social media, doing TikToks about how they're eating people's food.
Yeah, normally, yeah, and on my life.
And that sucks because I never ate
do
anybody's food. As tempted as I was, and then I'm still mad because one night I was picking up from Tender Greens. Tender Greens has a very good vegan brownie. And this woman had ordered 2 chocolate chip cookies. They didn't have it, so they were willing to replace. And she only wanted 1 brownie, but I could have said 2, and I'd have got a free brownie. I'd have been able, like, I remember, however it worked, I would have been able to get that brownie without her, like, either being I'm saying or knowing there were ever 2, but I wasn't thinking fast enough. Because trust me, I wanted to eat people's food. Because eventually I tried the vegan brownie. It's a good ass brownie.
No, it's good. I've had it. It's good.
It's a good ass brownie. It is a good ass brownie.
It's chocolate.
But I never ate people's food. And please believe I was tempted. I never ate anybody's food.
Yeah. They had some Korean fried chicken in my car with this other style of food, and I'm driving to deliver, and I'm just like, I can smell the garlic.
Right. You can actually not be hungry and get hungry messing with them because of the smell.
Oh yeah. No, so that was my craziest thing. But you know what I love the most? I love when I go to deliver where Chuck Norris lives, Suzanne Summers, and all these really rich people in this neighborhood, right? And there's a huge discrepancy between who tips and who doesn't. And I think that shit is fucking hilarious. You live in a $3 million home and you can't even tip a dude like $10.
Right. It is not. Let me see. I've delivered to Dave Navarro. I've delivered to Rob. Right. He lives over there in the Larchmont area. I'm not trying to say what street, but I'm just saying I was very surprised because I was like, is this the Dave Navarro? Like, I guess there's only one. Yeah. And I had on this T-shirt that says actor, writer, director, producer, or something, and he was just like all 4 at one time. I was like, it's LA, man, it's LA, And then I delivered to Rob Reiner one day. The Rob Reiner delivery was crazy because the delivery was from the order was from his wife, but she sent him out to get it, and I had. Unfortunately, I think I had a fender bender that day in my Lyft car, which meant that I was in a different car. So I was distracted because he's one of my, excuse my French, my fucking favorients. And I absolutely blew the opportunity to, and you want to be careful, but but he came, first of all, we're all older than all these people are older than we think they are. So he came out and I could recognize him, but he was moving so slow, like in a robe, the whole 9. But I just hated that I didn't. I said, because he's going to he's going to transition, and I'm going to have blown an opportunity to have said, hey, I love your work. Your work.
Thank you for making me laugh.
Yeah.
Priceless. Yeah.
And so I hated that. Who else? I'm trying to think. I delivered to a man he wasn't per se famous, but he was like VP of marketing or something for like the Dodgers or like the Dodgers and the Lakers or something. Like, he was huge, and he wasn't very, how do you say, like, because I've been around the entertainment business enough, you can tell whose energy is what. You can tell when people are somebody and when they're, whatever. And so I immediately, his energy was clear. We chatted a little bit because he was just like, this came fast. Like, it was some spot I had to pick up in Santa Monica, and then he was kind of Brentwoodish, wherever, not too far. And I took it, but I looked him up. And I said, well, let me Google him because I know he's somebody that's Googleable. And sure enough, he turned out to be like the COO or the chief marketing officer for like the Dodgers, blah, 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 blah. Because he had a little more conversation with me. And I found it very, it was just very interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's those are probably my highest profile deliveries.
They had a Brazilian guy come out to get his food. I wish he would have came out sooner. His instructions were very weird to go to this house and then take the driveway and go down. I should have just got out of the car and parked out in the front.
And walk down?
Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I was so scared, okay? This whole thing starts out like this. I'm going down the driveway, and then it just gradually goes down.
Wow.
And I have a hybrid car now. So those who have a hybrid car or have driven one know that motherfucker can overheat. Because it doesn't know, it switches back and forth. It doesn't know when it needs to just leave the gas on. So I got stuck on a steep fucking hill.
Oh no.
And my overheat for my hybrid engine came on, and I was like, oh shit, am I fucked? Am I fucked? What am I gonna do? So I was like, oh well, I gotta get out somehow. So I hit the gas as much as I could to get out, and it kept flashing a light. So sometime this week or next week, I got to go have them check it out. Thankfully, it's covered. Holy shit, are those things expensive to fix?
Oh my God. Like I feel like I went down somewhere. It was more narrow than it was steep.
Yeah.
And I had one of the people drive it back out.
Yeah,
I was just like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know that address now. I got it. So
right.
he orders again. I'm fucking walking.
Right.
Down that
The hills. I know we could talk about this all day, so we got to get out of here. The hills are a beast. I just be like, what? Y'all don't deserve no food up here. Like, it don't. There's no reception. I can barely, like, I feel like I'm on a mountainside trying to come around. Oh my goodness. You just reminded me of
cliffs of hell. They need to come out. Come on out.
I have it in my bet. This girl wanted me to deliver vegan froyo up there by Will Rogers Park. It was like 11 o'clock at night. They lived on a private drive, and she didn't really realize that. So when I tell you it's no lights, when I tell you up there, and this little girl, bless her heart, because I ain't gonna call her a name because I sure want to call her. But that's why, like, I have a bit about it. I just say rule number 4: know your motherfucking address. Don't have me out here on Freddy Krueger Drive at 11 o'clock at night. I can't see. It ain't nothing but Will Rogers State Park where there's no lights, and then I have driven barely a block past your driveway, but I can't even see your private ass drive, and you. And
you got your mic covered.
You here, and I'm on the side of the road where there is no how. Oh my God! I was like, I will take I'll eat your food now. That's what I. That was my joke. I'll eat your food.
You Girl, say I've arrived.
Yep. She game is close.
They got 8 minutes. Did you put I arrived? Then the timer hits. Once that 8-minute timer happens, they don't come out and get the shit. Guess what? You can eat it, throw it away, take it back to the restaurant. It don't even matter. Once that timer's up, they're fucked.
You know what? They didn't used to really have a timer, but I like that. I mean, because I feel like it changes all the time. In Venice is another beastly place to deliver because everything is these tiny streets. Like no behind parking. And it's certain ways in and certain ways out. And one night, I guess some people had moved and they had a moving truck, and the people whose food I had, they didn't even want to, like, I couldn't get to them because of how the drives were. And they were, the boyfriend was unwilling to come out to whatever the main street was to get the food. And so the girlfriend, her and I were texting, she's like, forget it, just take it.
Wow.
That's so toxic.
Yeah.
Sushi tonight, baby.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I feel like we're all off track. We have so many things to talk about.
But we will transition into Bob Saget passed away recently. And I might not say the last name right, but Sidney Poitier. Did I get that right or wrong?
Yes.
Poitier. Okay.
Uh-huh. You close. You just put a hard R in there. Where,
I put more like a PW, Poitier, but not hard W.
Poitier. Carl Craig also passed away.
Carl Craig, whose name came up this week in the news because even though it's not on our program, the news advances so fast. Tiffany Haddish got a DUI, which was all over the news. She got a DUI in Georgia while shooting a film. She went away. Y'all didn't hear about this?
I heard about it.
Wow.
Okay. I just didn't want to interrupt. I wanted you to get it all out.
Oh, sorry. Carl Craig came, like, when they were talking about what she's been through, he was a mentor of hers. Mm-hmm. So when they were talking about, everybody's basically coming to her defense, I feel like, as we should, and covering her. What was sad though is she's break up with Common. I think her grandmother may have recently passed. Grandmother passed. And they said her mentor and friend, Carl Craig. And I was like, oh my God. So his name came up again in the news. And that was, just, more sad business. So
yeah,
I was honored, that it was recognizable and all that kind of stuff. And then but it's still also sad,
Oh yeah, no, let's bring Kelly into this. You want to bring her up?
Yeah, we want to bring her up. We honored our greats, and now heaven has more entertainment,
right?
And these souls get to rest and love and healing to all of the families that lost great members of their own family. And I can't wait for Kelly to join
Right.
us and
And as we transition, also from the R&B music side of things, we lost the great Robert Ntume, who was a music producer. Like I know a lot more of his music, but everybody probably knows Juicy. You know the Biggie Small song Juicy. That actual R&B song, which was a song that I knew growing up, that was one of his most famous hits. But a lot of the early Stephanie Mills R&B stuff, Sweet Sensation, all this great stuff. You and I by Roberta Flack and Back
Kelly?
Together Again by Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway was something he produced. I think it's a Stevie Wonder written song. But anyway, we lost that architect of R&B as well. Kelly.
Damn.
Oh yeah. So
exactly.
with us we have Kelly.
Hey,
Comedian.
Hey, hello.
Filmmaker and foodie.
Yes.
All of that.
All of those things.
The Latin foodie in the building, my club quarantine party sister. Yes. Cheers. Cheers. A toast to you.
I have my coffee mug here. There's been so many people I've admired who have gone on. And personally, I lost my friend Helen a couple of days after Betty White passed to cancer. And
condolences.
That was just too much energy going elsewhere. So I'm very grateful to see all of you and appreciate the moment. And it's a lot.
We're happy to be with you too. And life is very short. And it has been a time of great loss. Just for a lot of people, it's been hitting us. But for you to be so fresh, my heart goes out to you, Kelly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, she was a phenomenal woman. She worked as a therapeutic clown. And when she found out she had cancer, she couldn't do her work. And that's an aspect of clowning that I know I'm familiar with the birthday clown, the clowns that frighten me, like those kind of things.
Right.
But that work of going into hospitals and going into character and making children and, teens feel better, she loved doing that work. And when she got sick, she got into painting. And I have a piece of hers in my living room as just a way to deal with it. And I don't know if it makes sense, but I kind of forgot she had cancer. If that makes any sense.
It does.
Of course it does, especially if you have those friends that, like you said, they just go on. And they do everything they can possibly do, even though they might go home and collapse. Yeah. And so you really do, and that's why I always tell people, don't ever question someone's illness if they tell you they're not well, because there are some people that their illness will show all over them. They wear their illness on their sleeve. And there are others of us that will go out every day and give every ounce of energy to what they're committed to, and then go home and just die or collapse or whatever. And so just because you don't see the illness, you need to still acknowledge what the person has told you and respect it.
Oh, absolutely. I have this show on YouTube called It'll Be Fine, which is my baking show. And I had Helen come on last summer, and it was wonderful. She did it in character. So I had to play off of this character that wasn't speaking English, was doing it in gibberish. Occasional words I understood. And the note she gave to me was just agree, go along with it, ask me questions. And her partner afterwards mentioned, she had a great time, but she's so drained. And knowing that she just gave me enough of that energy to do that with me, I'm so glad we had that last bit of interaction together. So it's been these past 2 years of connecting, in club quarantine and dancing and seeing names that I recognize in this virtual club is just it's now like being in a real club for me. I'm like, hey, Dana, over here.
Right. Come on over, Melissa. Right.
And now I'm bringing in friends from Montreal. I'm like, come in this room and just, yeah.
You know what? That's probably you, because what was the last time he was on? He just kept saying, there's a lot of people from Canada in here. There's a lot of people from Canada in here.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Did you hear?
I did, because I noticed like Keisha Shanti was in there. She's a Canadian singer. Deborah Cox is from Canada, and then
Right.
but I saw people putting up the Canadian flag and whatnot. I've now had 2 shout outs from him, and it has I feel like we're besties. He said the Latvian foodie correctly. That just, because I've heard Latvian before, and he's like, Latvian foodie. I'm like, dude!
You use phonics. No.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Sound it out. You actually sounded it out. Latvian. You didn't put any other letters.
Yeah.
You just did your job.
Amen. Because girl, I think other than like the very, very first time I ever went in there, which was the big day in 2020 when Biden and Kamala, like that one big day, I think he could see a lot of us. And I remember he shouted me out, but it was so fast that I almost thought it didn't happen. And then I remember him because I didn't expect it. But then, however, the algorithm has changed. He does not. I'm part of the invisible group. So I have to admit, little jelly and so excited for you. Like there's a bunch of us that he does not see, that he cannot.
Who are we talking about?
D Nice.
Okay.
Follow him on Instagram. It is the best dance party. He did a couple, I guess it's like a week or 2 ago, where he did requests for soundtracks.
Yes, and I was driving that night. I heard them all. I was driving to Bakersfield. That was the night I was driving to Bakersfield. You and I talked about it.
I kept typing in magic from Xanadu, but no dice. But it's a great song.
Right. Yes.
That's the one with Olivia Newton-John, right?
Yeah. It's like the only
magic. Nothing can stand in our way.
Yeah. I think it's a jam.
Oh my God. Yeah,
it's such a good jam.
Oh yeah, my mom loved Olivia Newton-John. She would have us watch all the. Oh man.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Xanadu, but the soundtrack, I just
I don't know what the movie's about. Yeah, it was. I don't know.
It's a roller skating rink. It's Gene Kelly's last movie.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a bit of a cult classic. I have caused a bit of waves when I have mentioned my dislike for Xanadu amongst my friends. And they're like, do you not realize how great? It's like, oh, okay.
It's like that with some movies, though. You know, they're not that good, but you grew up on them, or you just, you have people.
Like I've got one friend who prefers Grease 2.
Yeah, I have a family member who likes Grease 2 also.
I'm just like, nah. No. But music.
So how did your YouTube cooking channel come about?
A lot of folks have asked me if this was a pandemic thing, especially with the title being "It'll Be Fine." Super optimistic. It actually started in the summer of 2019, so long before any of this happened, and it started with a bunch of Toronto comics who were putting on a 24-hour comedy show on something I'd never heard of called Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
And they put out this call for comics or performance bits. And I remember the post saying you can do stand-up to your camera on your computer. And I was like, why the fuck would I do that? So what I did was I pitched an idea of baking with another comic, and they took it. And so that is what It'll Be Fine debuted on. And I had so much fun doing it. I just kept doing it. When the pandemic started, I think we had done 13 episodes, and today episode 195 went to air. So
wow,
190. You said, oh wow! Congratulations.
We're doing the 200th episode on February the 8th. Wow. And it's going to be live on my YouTube channel. So.
That's a feat. Congratulations. Wow.
So it's been really healing. It's been really fun to break bread virtually with people. And you talk and you connect so much when you're making food and you share all these stories. It's been really, really good for me mentally to just do the show. So
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And by the way, Victoria, I just hit 2 years in therapy. So congrats.
Thank you.
It's
I'm really excited.
I wish I had started it sooner, but it took the pandemic to go, we're going to focus on Kelly.
Yeah. How do you feel like being in therapy for 2 years has shifted your way of being in the world?
I am much, and I actually had a therapy session this morning, and I told my therapist, I'm like, tonight I'm on a show called Therapy of the Absurd, and he thought that was hilarious. So, I found it has given me these amazing light bulb moments into why I have certain habits and maybe why I've attracted, especially when it comes to dating, the kind of men I've attracted, going back into the vault and going, oh, that's why maybe I do this. Or it's been this amazing, adventure into my psyche to go, oh, now, okay. It's been so good, and I do not know why I didn't do this sooner. I think a big part of me thought I could fix it.
Right.
I'll handle it. I'll figure it out. Yeah, but I couldn't. So it's been good.
My issue was I just was like, Victoria, you just tired and lazy. And if you would just get up and do what these ideas that you have in your mind to do, you could actually accomplish something. Yeah. But I think that after I went through the questionnaire, I was like, I'm not tired and lazy.
Yeah.
I need assistance.
Yeah.
As soon as possible so that I can address the baseline, and then we can talk about actually accomplishing stuff.
Now we can get to the baseline. That's my goal in life, to get to my baseline.
Yeah.
Right. Because I always tell Dana, like, I don't know how you get your energy, because I never have any energy. And so, yeah, it's just one of those things where you're like, it doesn't have to be like this. Like, you know, and you do things so often, you don't think about it.
Yeah. No.
And so somebody asks you, like, in the last 12 days, how much have you thought about this? How worried have you been? How this, how that? And you're like, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for me, it was a post that somebody put in a Toronto, because I'm here in Toronto, Canada. Someone put in a community group, hey, I'm a therapist. It was the start of the pandemic. And she was like, if anybody wants a free 30 minutes, just DM me. I'll do a session with you. And I was like, oh, sure. I'm gonna take this up, because I was not doing good living on my own for the first bit. And it was through that and just talking to somebody, and then all this other shit came out. I was like, she was like, you should probably keep doing this. I'm just gonna tell you. And that was the trigger for me, and I'm so grateful. Yeah.
Well, I know you've had some monumental things happen recently, like an anniversary of your stand-up. I read that you celebrate with an annual Popeyes chicken order. Can what that's all about?
Right.
And also, congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you. Right. 6 years. 6 years on the 12th of January.
Wow. Yay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I was like, I didn't know they had Popeyes in Canada. I was just like, what? They got Popeyes in Canada?
Where I used to live, I lived between 3 Popeyes locations.
Dang, they was trying to kill y'all. I'm starting to feel like I know what kind of neighborhood.
So I went once, and I was like, I gotta set some limits here, because I'm not a girl who can digest fried foods. Well, I can't. So I do it once a year, and once a year I'm like, why am I doing this? But then I do it again the next year. I would live in a Popeyes if I did not give myself the you can do this once a year rule. I just wanted like a dumb way to celebrate my stand-up anniversary. I was like, I'll try Popeyes. And I'm hooked.
Yeah, the chicken sandwich is amazing. I like the chicken
those
sandwich.
Biscuits I could sleep in.
And then the blackened chicken. Have you tried the blackened chicken?
There's a few things we don't have here. There's a couple of sides that aren't here, and I don't know if we have the blackened chicken, but
next time you go, whenever you do the
I'll
blackened chicken, it's not fried either, as far as I know. But it's
so when you come back to the States, when you come back, because I don't know that I didn't know because I don't go anymore, and I'm from New Orleans. New Orleans is one of my hometowns. So we're the heart of the cradle of
my favorite city. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you just tell me you want the boneless blackened chicken. It is,
and it sounds healthy too.
I love Cajun.
I love New Orleans.
Like
Cajun
it'll be worth cheating, because I like the signature chicken, 3-piece with spicy chicken with hot sauce. And honey, because I like it spicy sweet. So
okay.
And red beans and rice.
Yeah, me too.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
I got a big thing of Cajun seasoning. It's huge. Is there any spices on that? No, and then I just start covering it with the damn Cajun seasoning.
It's so good, isn't it? Like, yeah.
The line to get out, like there's one that's not far from where I live. They're both on La Brea. One is like the line is always in the street, like the drive-through line.
I've driven by that.
Always hanging out in the street at any time of the day. People, and especially of course at night.
Yeah. See, that's the Popeyes that's not tearing up people's stomach. See, I'm over here in Valley Village with, I don't even know why they put a Popeyes out here. And so if you don't go right at the lunch where there's a line and your chicken is fresh, you will be toe up. Jesus, help me. Like, why did I do this to myself? Like,
you got to ask her, how long has that chicken been there?
Yeah, it's
just an hour. That shit's been there for 6 hours under the hot lamp.
Exactly. And that grease is there and it just sinks back into the chicken, and then it activates when it hits your stomach, and you're like, this is good. And then it hits the intestine, and the intestine is like, whoosh, and it just like rushes it through, and you're like,
we want out now.
Like, get it out. And then because you get all the hot sauce, it's extra on fire, and you just like, why do I keep doing this?
You have a lava situation, is what you're trying to say.
That's why I need
contractions, man. Like I was giving birth. So like the line is
Dana's face says it
is coming, Jesus.
Right.
That's why I need a year.
Right. Like, and I'm that way. I usually eat one Big Mac a year because I still love Big Macs, but I eat one a year.
Yeah.
You can get the sauce.
Y'all are so disciplined. Like, Kelly, you got the discipline of a baker, because we all know bakers have to follow the science even when they experiment. Dana is a mathematician, so that's why y'all don't have tore up stomachs. See, me and Stefan, we over here like, shoot, man, I'm hungry and I got nowhere to be. So
volcano, let's go. Let's do
this. Yeah.
Too much hot
well, except for the past week, I've had stomach flu, so I have had a stomach issue.
Oh no!
I'm fine.
Yikes.
I'm fine. It's good. I'm 4 pounds away from my goal weight now. I'm fine.
There you go. See, you got to find the bright side.
I mean, sickness is always has a silver lining.
That's right.
You're at 6 years now, Kelly, and we're still right in the midst of just absolute fuckery. What is your preference? You've done live comedy over a long period, and you've done Zoom.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I love both. I truly do. I think this format has been just the contacts have been just worth their weight in gold. I mean, the fact that I now have friends in LA or Vietnam or these places where if I know I'm going to be going, I can message and be like, do you know of any shows? That's been awesome. It's been really good for being virtual. It's been really good for my writing and also just for my pacing of slowing down my speech, of taking a breath, of not like rushing into the next bit and being nervous. It's been really good for that, of just, keeping me at it. I'm someone who's really game of like, if you give me an option, I'm like, okay, let's go try it. Like I didn't have any big hangups. Like a fair number of Toronto comics who are like, I'm not doing that. I did it once. I'm not doing that again. I'm like, well, that's not a good barometer.
Right.
You know, so virtual has been amazing for just the craft and the writing and just the practice of repetition. And then you take that on stage and you're like, I got a whole new 10 I can do. And I'm not doing the same 10 I was doing 2 years ago, you know?
Yep.
Right.
So that's been awesome. And for the topical aspect of what we do, getting stuff out this way is better than holding it in and then 5 months later doing a bit. Because I was at Toronto's in a bit of a different space right now. Right now, our clubs are closed. Nothing is open. Probably won't be till February here. And when I was last in an actual space in an actual club, and people are doing bits that I was working out 6 months ago with a whole bunch of folks, it's just kind of like, yeah, there's an absolute benefit to both, but they are two completely different things. I think a lot of comics have a bit of trouble when they do this and perceive this as stand-up, and it's more like personal delivery. Like you're talking about the Uber stuff off the top. I'm delivering a show to the person I'm looking at the camera right now, and it's just you have to frame your head a bit different, but I'm a fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in just doing a thing and trying it. And, you know, yeah. So it's been good. How does everyone else feel about it? Virtual.
I love Zoom. I was telling somebody today. I love both. Right.
Oh, we can't hear you.
You're on your mic, I think, or something.
I don't know.
There
It
you
might
go.
have unplugged itself.
What about now? No.
Oh no, now you're good.
A little better, yeah.
Okay.
It's better.
I don't know. Okay.
Before it might be shorting out.
It's just, and I checked let me check the battery. I'm in okay, I'm still at 20% on them, but y'all can hear me for now?
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now.
Sounds great right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, well, I love Zoom. I love being on stage though. Like I think what I love most about being back out is there are so many mics. Somebody was just like, you are on a mic every day. Like, and I was like, and I'm not, but as many days as I can, because there's comedy gold everywhere. So I love, and you sometimes, and that's why I look cute for mics and I look cute for shows, because you never know where you're going to get the love. So I think, you never know what clips you want to put up. We have it on our list. We were going to talk about it before, but I love Zoom because I feel as though we're like in a small room together around a campfire. And even though there's there's kind of this delay, right? But there was something that became very sacred and intimate about it. And I kind of miss it. Like, and I miss that, and I miss that I'm connecting with people. Like, I like connecting with people across the world, and Zoom is about the only way you can do it. And somehow with the spirit of what we do as comedians, it still feels like we're being personable and personal. So they're very, like you said, two different beasts, but I love them both. And in fact, I'm getting ready to try out a project on Zoom in February or whatever. So I think it has its uses. I think the other part of it too is I think we got a great expansion in what we can do with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's like, for example, the chocolate sundaes thing that I did back in December. Well, they have decided that they're going to do all their auditions that way, period.
Wow.
So for anybody to come to the chocolate sundaes physical stage, you'll do a virtual. So they're not there trying to, get you auditions at the club. They're pushing everybody through virtual. And I think because we all have built, I think it also represents, last thing I'll say, it gives people that are across the country, until you can travel, it gives your family and your friends this thing that you're doing, that everybody gets to see you. And I think that's powerful. Because, my dad is not necessarily my dad's in Alabama. He's not going to be able, he's 88. He's not going to be able to come out for a show. I'll get a booker in Birmingham, Alabama that will have me out. But, but otherwise my dad doesn't really get to see me do stand-up because he doesn't live here. So.
And it's also such an accessible format. I really don't want to go away. I mean, I still do a lot of stuff on Zoom. I hope to, and I plan to, but I do love the accessibility aspect of it because Toronto, club wise, it's incredibly inaccessible for anyone who's not able-bodied. There are so many more clubs that you cannot get into. And this has been such a great way for me to see comics in Toronto that I hadn't seen before. And it's just opened it up so much. So when I do produce a show in person here, I want to merge the two so I can produce comedy that anyone can get to or find spaces that are specifically accessible. So for me, that's like a lesson that I don't want to be like, okay, cool, and then just go back to what I was doing. So
there's a Canadian comedian that I discovered through the Zoom that I'm very thankful. Yourself, I didn't know you were from Canada at first, but there's another comedian. She's in a wheelchair and she is funny as hell. Desiree Walsh.
Desiree Walsh, yeah, she's a good friend of mine. And she's funny, man. Yeah, she is someone that in the before times, I think I had seen maybe 5 times. And anytime I saw her, I was like, I wish I saw her more. But then you have to realize, oh yeah, she can't get in here.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because she's got such a great voice, and this has given her a platform to just it's been great. And or a comic like Rosanne Christie, who's another comedian in a wheelchair, she's got MS. She's another Toronto comic that I saw very little of that now you just see so often, which is fabulous. Desiree had made one comment on her Facebook, and I took it really like, whoa, of hey, I just peed during my set. Like she couldn't do that. Oh, it's a little bit of feedback there. But like she
Desiree. Hey, like, don't tell that story. No.
But yeah, like she couldn't use a washroom at a club in Toronto, which because they're downstairs.
Why is there now an echo? Kelly, do you want to try like?
No, I'm gonna mute. I think it's me. I'm trying to fix sound.
Okay. So basically because she couldn't find an accessible restroom, she literally had to relieve herself. Damn, that's so like, and we've all been there.
Yeah, I can't imagine as well, I don't know about guys, but I know for me, it's like at a certain point, I gotta pee. And I get nervous before a set, and I have to pee more before a set. She can't do that at a club. Yeah. And just that simple note was like, oh, this needs to change.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Seriously, and it needs to be part of the code. I really agree with you and Dana on everything that you said about the differences, and that's been my experience. I started stand-up in the pandemic. Oh, wow. And so I did live for the first time in 2021 in May. So I've never done stand-up live, which other stand-ups are saying you really started in May 2021. Basically, I've never done stand-up without fear. I'm always scared I'm going to catch COVID. I'm never comfortable. But there's a benefit in a live show when it's over. Folks will be like, yo, you're funny as fuck. Like, and shit like that, you don't get on Zoom. Like, you don't get people coming up to you and being like, yo, good job. Like, I enjoyed that. Like, yo, like I had one show in Trump country. And I went out there with my mask on and my black flat booty. And I did all my political jokes and I did all my stuff and it was authentic. And I did all my real jokes, my church jokes, all of it. And there was a guy there and he came up to me after. He said, girl, my father's a pastor. Everything you said, I could relate to that. Like, we need to connect. And like stuff like that, you do not get on Zoom. You don't get the personal, like, we had a really good night. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's definitely fearful. Yeah, that aspect of it is not usually there. I have had, when you do get those Zoom shows though, where you do find that connectivity between comics and either in the chat or you do like a hangout afterwards, that gives you this feeling of like, oh, I miss that aspect of going to the bar and getting some nachos and chatting and people coming up to you, because there is something when you go to a room that you're either not familiar with the people or you feel a bit uncomfortable in the space. And it's that one person who comes up and is like, I've always thought that. Thank you for saying it. It's such a cool thing.
Right. Or my mom was like that.
Yeah.
I could totally relate. Or, hey, I got high socks. Like you have a high sock joke and they're like, well, I'm wearing a high sock. And you're like, I am. But yeah, I've never done stand up live not being afraid. And so I can't say that I've had a fully enjoyable experience. It's always been really stressful for me. Number one, because I want to be excellent. And like, it's impossible. You just can be you. And number two, because I'm always like, I'm probably going to get COVID tonight. And every time I come home, my throat itches. And because like I'm a hypochondriac. And so I'm up here taking COVID tests and whatever. So I really would love for COVID to be over, because I won't do any live shows anymore. Not until LA peaks and the numbers really start going down, because I have lupus. My immune system is suppressed based on my medication, and I do not know how I'm going to react. But I love comedy, and live is much better. But yeah, like I can't really get a good gauge until everything is over and I can feel safe on stage.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how I would like it for real.
Yeah. One aspect of being in pandemic times, having done stand up before this all happened, the number of times I have held a mic and there has been an odor that has come off the mic I have been telling jokes on. The fact now that there is wiping down of the mic, I'm like, why was this never a thing before? This is such a great thing.
Good idea. Sanitary.
Oh yeah. It's like some people suck on the mic. It's the same thing in the music business. When I was in music for nearly 20 years, we'd get up on stage, and if I didn't have my own mic, I'd go grab the mic and be like, whoa, what did you do with this, bro? You know, did you like lick it and suck on it, or did you put it up your butt? What'd you do?
Yeah, put it up your butt. Oh my god!
Hell yeah! It smelled like ass. Like it was bad. I'd be like, "What'd you do to this shit?" You know? Yeah, because we'd or be the gentleman walking by me, and I'd be like, "Dude, is his teeth rotten? Like what the fuck is going on over? He's got some halitosis." Yeah. Halitosis. Really bad.
It's really gross.
So I like, they wipe it down, put the mic condom on. You're like, okay. I see you.
I'm a big fan of that. I mean, I'm not going to be like rushing out to do live stuff when we reopen. I'm going to just be sparing about it and just be careful, just because I'm not at a space where I want to go out and find open mics. I'd honestly rather test out material in this format, and then when I feel more polished, go to the stage. I don't really have any desire to be like, I'm going to go find a coffee shop and do 5 minutes to the barista. I don't feel like doing that anymore. I just don't.
That's essentially what I have up the street. It's like a what is it, a 15-minute drive to San Pedro, and there's a place there where the home challenged, as we're supposed to call them here in the United States now, home challenged, not homeless. They might get offended. And so it's them and then paying customers, and you go in and you put your name on a list. And you hope the person seeing it remembers that you're on the fucking list. Because I was there for fucking 3.5 hours before some guy went up and goes, "Hey, that guy signed up hours ago. How come you haven't put him on yet?" Shit. Oh yeah, and then I finally got to go up to a place in San Pedro, California, which is again 15 minutes from where I live. And it's a place called Sacred Grounds. Nice place. But yeah, it took me almost 3.5 hours just to even get on. And I only had like 4.5, 5 minutes.
Wow.
I could have been out of that motherfucker a long time ago.
My heart ached that you sat there. Yeah, I was like, my heart ached.
Yeah, they had some, But some of the jokes I had about my racist grandpa and shit, oh, they fucking ate it up.
Okay.
You know, it was pretty funny because when I walked off
Yeah.
stage, one of these older white ladies, she's like, my grandpa's racist too. I was like, okay.
Yay!
Do I high five you? Do I run? What do I do? Do they know each other?
You know how
Maybe
it is, then.
You know, maybe my grandpa knows yours.
That's one thing. Go ahead, Stefan.
Oh no, I just like, you know, of course they're laughing, right? It's interesting, like when I told the story of my grandpa opening up the bassinet to look at me, right? Because he was a racist ass motherfucker, dude. Not just, oh, he's racist. No, he was a racist ass motherfucker. He opened up that bassinet and backed the fuck off, you know. You know, back in the day they had a racial term where they say fish heads, right? They say fish heads because to his generation, Asians look like fucking fish. So he lifts up my bassinet. Oh, he's a cute little fish head, ain't he? Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, you racist sack of shit.
Oh my god!
Right? And who do you think was wiping his ass when he died of cancer? This fucking fish head right here, that asshole.
Damn, Stefan. So she came and was like, I know I was wiping that ass too.
Oh, I don't know, but you know, I was telling that joke and her and this other guy were just there. I was like, wow, I didn't know it was that funny.
I mean, that's the tricky thing about making jokes about your own racial slurs, because you don't know whether they're laughing with you or at you.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm okay,
you know
man.
what I mean? Like they're like, oh, he knows. He agreed. Like, you know, if I'm a woman and I'm like, let's just be real, women are stupid. And all the men fall out laughing. Are they laughing because what I said was funny, or are they laughing because they think
it's 100%?
I agree with her.
Yeah.
Finally, she understands that women are stupid.
Yeah,
she's cool. You know, like, so it's always hard to really tell. But I know, like, this one comedian, like mid-level comedian that I work with. One thing he told me about when I took a coaching session on hosting.
Yeah,
he was like, listen, one thing you can always do when you're interacting with people and you need to leave is you say, what's your name again? And they give you their name. And you say, what's your name? They give you your name and you say, Martha, it was so good to meet you. Because if you say their name and then you say that, it ends it and it makes them feel special and connected. And then you can walk away when you're ready. So if another Martha comes up and you're like, well, I don't know what to say, you can be like, really? What is your name? It was really good to meet you. And then move around.
Oh yeah, no, you left them with something that's very polite and makes them feel good about themselves. Oh yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
And you could right on out that thing. Don't look back.
Yeah. To close it out tonight, we have one last thing, and then we're going to close it out. It said, let's see, what did it say? The article said, experts warn of cannibalism among space colonists if food fails.
At this point, I'll believe anything.
Fox News says it. It must be
true.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was like, yeah, sure.
If you think about everybody that's going to be living in space, it's going to be the extremely intelligent that are at a genius IQ level and have really low empathy levels. Then it's going to be mostly extremely wealthy people with so much money that they use it to file their fingernails with. And then it's going to be stockbrokers and fake ass people that scam everybody to get to space so they can send back pictures for social media. All of these people have no soul. And all of these people, when they get to space and find out that they on rations and that they're going to be eating freeze-dried food, lettuce, and they're going to be vegan, are going to start eating each other. They're not going to wait till the food runs out or the food system fails. They're going to wait until they're ready for steak.
Yeah, there's no Popeyes.
Yeah, there's no Popeyes. Exactly. They're going to be having wings and thighs.
There's no biscuits. There's Bob.
That's it. That's right. Hopefully Bob's coward.
Listening to us talk about it, I think people will come back to Earth.
They're like, you want on the ship? You ain't got money? Oh, we got you.
All
got
you know, all that. I think people will come back to Earth, just because the hell that we know is better than the hell that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a new version of hell, so we will go to the one that we know.
Oh yeah, well,
and they're going to interview with Oprah and talk about how they was eating people.
They're going to show up like they're going to have one arm.
or that I think you'll have the people. There'll be people who'll get out. They almost ate me, but I made it out. And like, you know what? And I think they'll be like, I'll take chicken any day. I'll eat Popeyes. Whatever is left. I think I think people will eat. They'll be like, I'll take the GMOs. I'll take it. Oh yeah, that's well, I mean, the rich eat the poor anyway, right?
They do. I mean, not
metaphorically,
specifically anymore.
Well, if they go to space, they'll really fucking eat the poor.
There's gonna be a hierarchy. Don't get it twisted. They're gonna eat all the scientists first, and then they dumbass is gonna be stuck. Yeah. And they're gonna start eating each other. Like, that's just what's gonna happen.
You're gonna be like, why is there like a guinea pig bottle with water, and why is there a food trough? And why is there a shower on the ceiling?
Yeah, someone's gonna open a juice bar, and I'm gonna be very suspicious of the juice.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Where are these juices? Yeah, where are these juices?
It's like Bob. You remember Bob?
Kind of green? This is a turquoise shade of green. I don't understand.
Soylent Green.
Right, Soylent Green.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, that's one of those things that reminds me. It's something we were talking about behind the scenes too, like, because I'm a huge fan of the original Twilight Zone. And they have an episode called To Serve Man. And it's the one where this guy's all excited because he's going to get to go with the aliens and doesn't realize that the thing that was being submitted was the recipe for their favorite dish, right? I believe that's how you say it. And it ended up, there was how to serve man. How, they're going to eat humans.
Eat him,
but,
right.
Yeah, he thought it was just some honor to get on the ship and be cool with the aliens. And yeah, they were cool with them, all right. They're gonna eat it.
It's not gonna be a pig on the table with an apple in its mouth. It's gonna be you on the table with an apple in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Low key and legit, I'm gonna be happy if they up there eating each other, because I'm gonna be like, see, look at your ass. You thought you was gonna leave me here on Earth. You thought you was so smart that you was gonna leave us here with climate change. We can't hardly breathe. Take your ass up there in space. Now look, your ass is running, trying to hide, trying not to get ate. I hope your ass get ate. Don't come back here, because we're gonna eat your ass. Because F it. Y'all, like, anybody that feels like they're too smart or too rich, and they're like, yeah, nah, we gonna just leave everybody else behind. Nah, bitch, now you're getting eaten.
That's right.
That's what you get. That is what you get. Stay your ass up there.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have what?
Nation.
Yep, you're gonna have when Bezos come back like half robot, half human.
Take your Terminator cannibal ass on.
Oh man.
So yeah, I mean, it's really gross, but it's also so American. Like, I know Kelly is like, but it's like we are just so fucking, we're just cutthroat.
Oh yeah.
Really, like, our morals are to the extent of our greed. And it's not every American, but it's the ones that rule. And so it's just like, of course.
Yeah. What was it?
What's gonna happen.
The Tesla guy. I'm trying to remember his name.
Elon.
So he wants to nuke Mars with several nukes to help build an environment.
It's almost like we don't have an environment already that he could be working on.
I'm glad I'm at the age I'm at. I mean, I love my niece and my nephew, but I'm like, enjoy. Yeah. I worry.
I'm literally not having children because I do not know what they're going to have to survive.
Seriously. Yeah.
And I honestly, like, I know I'm going to be out this bitch before it gets too bad, because I'm going to just go from country to country till I die. Like, okay, it's getting a little bit hot over here. Let me go to Portugal for a little bit. And I'm just gonna hop and hop and hop. But the other kids, they gotta live their entire life. I'm almost halfway through here. So I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worrying. It's worrying when I see my 2-year-old niece. I'm like, I don't know what it's gonna be like when you're my age. And that's
It's gonna be,
depressing.
you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be the next level of mutation of humanity. Because Cro-Magnons, you know, okay, I still hear the echo, but Cro-Magnon and the, you know, Neanderthals and all of them, they were all different and they evolved based on the environment. Like, honestly, I told my mom, I said, shit, humans are the perfect ones to kill off because we can't survive anyway. If we just got naked in the woods, our asses would be dead before Sunday. We don't have enough
Yes.
hair to keep us warm. Like, we are not physically capable to survive nature. We have evolved to where we can't even survive we can't even survive the sun. And so, yeah, by the time climate change comes, the kids are going to suffer. But their kids are going to come out looking like probably early Neanderthals. And they're gonna not really be able to need to breathe oxygen.
Water, honey, water.
Like goats, you know,
Yeah.
Billy Goats can eat cans and aluminum foil and anything. They'll be able to eat anything and survive. Like, they're gonna adapt because humans adapt. And we are literally adapted to like get wiped off. We are the punk bitches of the animal kingdom.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
I mean, we ain't even got nails to dig.
Yeah, I've often thought that if I was ever on The Walking Dead, I'd be gone in the first episode because I have anxiety and anemia. I'm not going to last.
I want to
like,
be
just bite me. Get it over with.
Like,
Hurry up.
let's just go out. Like, let's just go and like do it ourselves. Like, let's just run into a bunch of zombies and be like, be quick, be quick.
Just hurry up. Get it over.
This area, like.
I don't know where the food is, so let's just get this over with.
Like, don't make me suffer. I'm giving you an easy meal. The titties are small, but at the end of the day, it's an appetizer. I got my girl Kelly here. She's gonna help in the situation. All I'm saying, be quick, stay in this area. Clean. Make it clean.
Don't mess with this.
We got anxiety. We don't want to survive in this world. We don't want to do it. Our therapist already got murdered. Get your lunch and
Tell
make
them,
it
don't
quick.
touch the lips. Don't touch the lips. I got this new lipstick. Don't touch
right,
the lips.
don't touch my motherfucking face.
Right here.
My face
right
with
here.
my mama.
Not this. Right here.
Because my mama gonna be out here there with AK-47s and shit on a bus like, who need help? Who else need help? My mama's a gangster. She ain't gonna die. She gonna be murdering motherfuckers. She gonna be murdering motherfuckers that don't even need to be murdered. She's like, oh, they go my boss house.
You look like a zombie.
Apocalypse. I don't give there's no rules. There go your daddy.
On that note, we're gonna have to definitely have you join us again, Kelly.
I'd love to. This was awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for everybody who also tuned in and joined us as well. We really greatly appreciate it. We'll see everybody the Thursday after next. And again, thank you so much for watching, and we love and appreciate all of you. Have a great night.
Good night.